do part two. See, I don't know this camera here lately. I don't know what the hell's the problem. But anyway, that's okay. Part two. We're just going. That's all right. We'll use it.
I should do that.
You're too. It's all right. You're too professional. Okay. So the bottom line is, you are going to go to the South Pole and raise money for a group to have a place or an area set up that people that's depressed.
We call it mental wellness walk-in clinic. Not mental illness, mental wellness. We've changed that. You can call it what you want, but we need a place where people can go. That's a Band-Aid, like everything else. We Band-Aid things. We need money to do that. We need staff to be there. We need a building. We need a place for people to go that can feel safe. And sometimes it's not just suicide. Again, it's back to drugs. There's all kinds of things that are going on out there.
How come you never turned to alcohol and drugs yet?
How come I never did?
When you were younger? How come I didn't? I mean, I had the size to take care of myself, but I didn't turn to be accepted, to go into the gang that did the drugs or go with the alcohol. But I had the size to protect myself, so I just stayed level. Well, a lot of people told me when I was down home, they said, "I'm surprised I never committed suicide because you get depressed." But but nobody knew about mental illness in the 70s.
I played a lot of sports, so that's why
I play hockey. That's why I rode a bicycle across Canada, across the states.
It's kind of hard to be drunk every day and do that. So
we were involved.
Yeah, and you need to be feeling good. Now, in saying that, I played rugby for a long time, and I drank a fair amount of rum on Saturday nights. Or beer, just depended on the...
So maybe that's the problem. If you connect mental illness, you have mental illness, you play sports, you get yourself active, you get away from other issues. But if you only have the smartphone, you'll get more depressed.
And I found too, when I played sports, I ate healthier as well. So I find a lot of these kids now, or even older people, I guess, I want to put it on the kids, they eat more sugar. Yeah, they get all wound up. Coffee. I mean, look at the Tim Hortons, man. The lineups are getting bigger and bigger.
I had two today.
Me too. So I think people aren't sweating enough. Maybe, I don't know. They're too bored. They're addicted to their phones. The dopamine that you get from the likes and all that stuff on that stuff. It's just, and we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
You probably get, more people like your videos. You get a little more excited, right? If nobody likes it, you're like, oh, why did nobody like that? Well, maybe nobody saw it. It was just a bad time. So
it's funny. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of youth, they want to go by the lights, the thumbs up, and all that. Me, it's sort of like people don't want to acknowledge that they watch it. So it's like, as long when I take this camera and I go after politicians, at least they know I want some answers.
Yeah.
And people are looking from far away. But if you go on Facebook and you will get it. I never hear too many suicides. I did hear a few, but it wasn't too many suicides in the 70s.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they don't report them. I think they should actually report it. But maybe if you tell people more, it's kind of like with the natives up in the north there, where it was becoming an epidemic because they were reporting them all the time.
Yeah.
And the more they reported it, the more people wanted to do it. So maybe you have to keep it quiet. But,
or people dying from a drug overdose, they said heart failure. They don't say drug overdose. Heart failure.
All these things here are basically...
We're going to get to that in 1 second.
Mental illness is what they say here, or they want to make a donation to mental... So it doesn't mean... Maybe they just want to donate to mental health and they didn't kill themselves, but that's how they say it. So, and you're right. Some people die of drug overdose.
Yeah.
Some people drive their car into a tree.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are probably... It is drugs or shooting or jumping off... I don't know. Jumping off the bridge is not an ideal way to kill yourself, I would think. But
only the Golden Gate Bridge, because you'll think before you hit, and then once you hit it, it's so hard, like hitting concrete. And if you survive that, the cold water will get you. If you survive all those three, the sharks will get you. That's why nobody escaped from Alcatraz.
Well, there was one guy that jumped off the that little green bridge.
Which one?
Little green bridge by the library. Anyway, he broke his shoulder and his leg and his clavicle, and he broke all... He didn't die. I was like, why would you jump off something? Anyway,
we're jumping. The ADHD again. Right. Focus, Brian. Focus.
Sorry,
It's all right. So
get up on TV or on your thing. Thinking out loud like I
know.
You just want to hurt yourself.
No, that's all right.
I played rugby. It's not fun.
It's all right. When's the last time you played?
Oh, I play a little bit each summer, a little bit, just to realize that it hurts and I don't recover anymore.
There's a part, by the way, I got me, a doctor was very proud, I broke my collarbone.
Clavicle.
Yeah, look, feel that.
I don't want to touch you.
No, feel that.
Right.
So, no, look, see, just a
Still
lump.
Yeah, I got
But-
that right there. Feel that? You can feel mine. It's getting a lot better now, but it was a long
Oh,
time
yeah.
ago.
So the doctor told me, he says he was amazed how it was healed. This happened September 11th. And it was about a 1 to 5. It was a 5, the fracture. And I seen him last week. And he said, yeah, what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. He was amazed that how I healed so quick. And he said, your age, 60.
Yeah.
Not proud of it. Okay, so you're going to the South Pole. This is part 2. The other one, they did something wrong with the camera, but that's okay. That's what happened. You see, if you only use this, you're only supposed to use this camera for Christmas shots or Easter or
It's a
birthday
really nice
parties.
camera.
Yeah, it is. But I use it about 10 times a day, and it worns out after a while. Okay, so what's your website? We're going to be following you. I will
20,
definitely
I
follow
think it's
you.
20for20.ca.
20for20.ca.
Yeah.
And you are going when?
I am leaving December 29th. I think I'm in Antarctica January 3rd.
January 3rd.
Yeah, so it'll be January 3rd to January 23rd.
It is an airport. Is it a big airport, small airport?
There's no airport in Antarctica. You just land on the ice.
You land on the ice with a
Yeah.
special plane.
Yeah, and then
Okay, so you leave. Is there a building there?
there's one building. Well, there's a hotel actually in Union Station. And I was like, great. And he's like, yeah, the hotel.
Union Station.
or
That where
I
you
think, yeah, I think it's called Union Station. He said the hotel's 50 tents. More tents.
50 tents.
More tents.
I
But
got-
there is a building where you can go in and eat.
I gotta Google that.
Yeah.
Union
I think it's
City?
called Union Station.
Union
I'll
Station.
have to get the exact name.
So you get there and
Yeah.
you're leaving tomorrow morning. Is it dark? Is it light?
I'm
Was it-
leaving the 29th.
No, you're leaving tomorrow morning. You're in the Union Station.
Okay.
You're getting ready. You're starting
Maybe
your
it's
trip.
Union Glacier. Anyway, I could keep
Okay.
going. Yeah.
In the morning, you're leaving.
Yeah.
So is it light, dark?
It's light 24 hours a day.
24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you start walking,
Skiing.
skiing,
Ski walking, I call it.
Ski walking.
Pulling your sled.
ski walk, and you're gonna have how many pounds on you?
120 pounds. On the
120.
sled.
Did you see the guy that's walking downtown with the big backpack?
I saw him a couple times. That's a crazy big backpack.
Did
So-
you talk? Did you? You must have
No.
stopped. No,
No, I saw him from away.
I would love to
So-
see. I said,
But I find talking to people downtown sometimes is tricky.
it is. It is. Yeah, you found that out.
Oh, yeah.
No, it is because even me, I look at him. I said, I went like this. I said, "Can I ask?" He goes, "No." Like keeps to himself.
Yeah.
A lot of these people do not want. They don't want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
They want it. They're their own and their own of the world. What are they thinking about? They don't have ADHD because they're in one spot
Yeah.
and they just. I mean, we wish we could do that for 1 minute. We can't.
Yeah.
And it's mental illness, and that's a lot. That's a big backpack.
Well, mental illness is a big scope, right? It's all these things, and everybody's at different levels. And then some people are more critical than others, and some people are just sad. And yeah, you got all these different levels of happiness and sadness, and they come in zones. Like we all have it. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure we all have at certain points in life.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I find November's kind of yucky and cold and dark and sad, and you know, you're not feeling super hot. But I mean, you go to the gym, you work out, you do your thing.
You work out a lot.
Go to work every
Lift
day.
weights. Lift
every day.
weights.
Yoga. I
You
love
like-
yoga.
Yeah, I've seen that yoga.
Hot yoga.
AD
Everybody should do hot
ADHD
yoga. Go to Moto Hot Yoga and get hot.
ADHD and yoga.
Yeah, it's great.
That's amazing.
Just lay there and sweat, and you're actually working out at the same time. It's like 100 degrees. Couldn't ask for a better workout.
Okay, what's the odds of you dying?
0.
0?
Yeah, there's probably a bit more chance of me dying driving to Campbellton, or you know, and back to the mental illness thing about we talked about, you know, Sarah getting shot there last year, Sarah Burns and Rob Costello,
Yeah.
and the 2 people. I mean, if that guy would have had a place to go, maybe that wouldn't have happened, right? Maybe, I mean, there's always these maybes, right? But there's another 100 of that guy. What's his name?
Boy.
Who was the shooter? What was his name? I can't
Vincent, Tim Vincent, and whatever.
Yeah, there's 100 of him in Fredericton.
See,
So-
you're going somewhere there that's, but that's the ADHD.
But I mean, that's mental illness that we're trying to prevent problems.
I
right?
think that mental illness there, personally, my my personal opinion, which I interviewed the guy. I didn't
Yeah,
even
you
know
told me that.
I didn't even know I had the video. I think he was brainwashed by the internet.
Could have been. But again, if he would have had a place to reach out, or I'm reaching here, but there's other people out there that are hanging on right now.
But don't forget, Brian, there's a guy, you could bring a person, an individual, male or female, to water.
Yeah. But he may have instead of shooting people, just killed himself. There could have been a balance there that they could have helped him at least some level. So again, I'm shooting for.
They're going way up there.
Yeah, there's never a guaranteed answer to any of this
No,
stuff.
hindsight's a terrible
You
thing.
can't put a price tag on anything. You could talk to some people forever and give them all the counseling and all the drugs they want, and they're still going to be
Yeah.
out there. And then there's other people it's almost like magic.
A guy I was surprised that did himself in was, I don't know his name. Remember CBC on the morning show, the CBC, the music? CBC Morning?
Oh,
And there was a host that was very well known, forgot his name, sorry, and it was Hosha.
well,
And
if you listen to
you know-
CBC enough, you might want to kill yourself, because I've listened to CBC every day, and
There's the ADHD.
I'm going to get in trouble again. Terry Sage's going to be saying, what?
Are you talking to Terry Sage or the other mainstream media about where you're going?
I think they're working on it. I mean, the Chalmers Hospital is sort of in charge of the, but again, one of the problems of this mental illness is the 24-hour news cycle, so that you're getting all this bad news repeated every 15 minutes. So that's when I turn on the CBC, I hear the news when I wake up, I hear the words before I go out the door, I hear the same news when I get in the car, and just before I get out at work, I hear it again, so I get 4 times the same news.
And do you watch my videos sometimes?
Sometimes.
Sometime, and that's bad news there. No,
Yours actually are a little bit more realistic, because it's not recycled over and over
There's
and
no
over.
editing.
But I find that, just to give you an example, in the investment world, it's called the pain index. So if your investments are down, it hurts more. When they're down once, it hurts 20 times more than if they're up once. Or the pain that you feel when they're down is 20 times worse than the joy you get when it's up once.
Oh, really?
Right? So that's called the pain index. And I think with all this news, you get this pain over and over. And I mean, I remember when those little kids got killed in that kindergarten in Vermont or somewhere.
Connecticut thing.
And they showed that over and eventually you don't even care.
No.
Because it was so painful. The first time you're crying, and then at the end you're just like flicking the channel like it's old
Yeah,
news.
it's just like the Daybreak, that couple from